Eighth wonder of the world found in Libya. How could a location without a drop of water suddenly flood with thousands of cubic meters of water? The location was even given the title of Eighth Wonder of the World following the astounding innovation. But something unexpected happened, and now nobody even brings up this mysterious location. Nature is so amazing that every location is endowed with a variety of resources. Let's talk about water. According to estimates, there are 333 million cubic miles of water on Earth, 97.5% of which is salt water and 2.5% is fresh water. Only 0.3% of the fresh water is liquid at the surface. Furthermore, not even this 0.3% is distributed equitably. While some countries have lots of these, others have little to no access to drinking water. However, as technology has advanced, mankind has developed methods for purifying this salty water so that it may be consumed. Even some nations utilize cloud seeding as a method to produce fake rain to gather water. South Africa, however, had a considerably worse situation. In fact, the nation had previously considered towing an iceberg from Antarctica to Cape Town. The terrible thing is that it has always been difficult to acquire fresh water in Libya, a desert nation, where this eighth wonder was discovered. Around 50 years ago, the leader of Libya, Muammar Gaddafi, thought of building the world's biggest man-made river. He not only declared it, but he also made it happen. There is not a single green spot in Libya, even when observed from space. People there waited for decades without seeing a drop of rain. But how could the nation achieve this eighth wonder with this? The majority of Libya is made up of desert, and it is very hot there. There are also locations where there hasn't been any rain for more than 10 years. But after considerable effort, the nation has been endowed with something even more valuable than the United States: crude oil. But there are no natural rivers when it comes to fresh water. In the 1950s, when exploring for oil in the Al-Kufra region of Libya's southeast desert, water was first found. The results of the further investigation revealed that this discovery was a component of the Nubian sandstone aquifer system, a vast reservoir of fossil water that is between 10,000 and 1 million years old. Water percolated into the sandstone before the end of the last ice age, when the Saharan region was characterized by a temperate climate. The leader began preparing since he didn't want to pass up this fantastic chance. In order to ensure that every area of Libya had access to this water, he planned to do so, and he was aware that if he succeeded, it would be a significant moment in both Libyan and Saharan history. The Libyan government first intended to establish significant agricultural projects in the desert where the water was found, but in the early 1980s plans were altered and plans were made for a vast network of pipes to the shore. Although creating the concept was simple, actually making it work was far more difficult. Research revealed that Libya's largest towns were located in the north, while the newly discovered Nubian water was in the country's south. In addition, neither area was ideal for creating a man-made river because of how far apart they were. According to estimates, a 2,820 kilometers long river would need to be dug in order to supply water to every city. Even when Gaddafi was apprised of the estimates, he maintained optimism. Another problem was that the river would evaporate if it were exposed to the surrounding nature because of the extreme heat. Therefore, building the river underground was the only method to provide water to the other areas of the city. Huge, 80-ton pipes with a 13-foot thickness were needed for this. Surprisingly, they needed 50 lakh pipes in total to build the impossible. For the purpose of producing so many pipes, the nation erected several industries there. The first arm of the project, known as GMR1 or Phase I, was granted a contract for construction in 1983 by the Great Man-Made River Authority, an organization set up by the government to oversee the project. At two fields, Zerb and Sar, hundreds of water wells were dug, and water was pumped up from a depth of around 500 meters, 1,650 feet. Water was pumped underground from SAR through a twin pipeline to a storage reservoir at IB, which got its first supply of water in 1989. Phase I's formal completion was marked in 1991 in Benghazi. In 1996, Tripoli, the capital of Libya, started receiving drinking water from a second system, known as GMR2 or Phase 2, which is situated in western Libya. GMR3, or Phase 3, was finished in 2009 and added a total of 1,200 kilometers, 746 miles, of pipes. It was divided into two segments. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, it is one of the world's largest man-made rivers, as well as one of the largest irrigation systems. Surprisingly, all of the projects were finished on schedule and without the need for outside funding. The water can reportedly be utilized for the next 100 years, according to some experts. The word of the enormous project was all over the place, and everyone was raving about how this impossible undertaking had been completed. However, not everything stayed the same, and soon the dreadful time arrived. Libya had a civil war on July 22, 2011, and people are still suffering as a result. In this civil war, the project's remaining phases came to a halt, and the pipe manufacturing businesses were completely destroyed. Libya now has a water crisis, and the water supply, which was previously seen as a solution, is suffering from a lack of maintenance and a shortage.